Jarvisbiker. April 5th. Heading for the third week of shutdown. What do we got for temperature? 55 Fahrenheit. I got the windshield up high. I just want to see what it looks like in the video with this camera setup. If it's, I'll slide it down a little bit, but it is rather dramatically more comfortable. So with that cold air coming around on the back of my neck, so. So we spent the afternoon waxing, washing, scrubbing, detailing the Goldwing, and using my new 3-inch orbital polisher recommended by Memphis Mike. Thanks, Mike. It worked really good. Really impressed with it. So, so I used the Maguire wax with it, and it was the one that's good for scratch removal and all that kind of stuff. And so it's showing up pretty good. The sun's shining on it on the street. If I looked directly at it, it was so shiny it was hurting my eyes to stare at the reflection from the sun. So it's working pretty good. So so the only thing left is the wheels, and I don't know if I'll do them before I do the valve stems and the front tire, or whether I do them ahead of time. I should call the bike shop and do a little tire shopping with them for a front one. Do that screw up on the wire holder. See, one of them's out. One of them has escaped. Get that back in and get that all straightened up. Oh yeah, she's good. So once I got done, I used the Maguire's the Teflon spray. We'll see what that does if it ever gets hit with water. I even put a little bit on the windshield. I don't know if I'll do that all the time, but I'll try a coating of it and see if it helps out. Go up a setting on the jacket. So I'm just wearing the hot wired suit, no riding suit or riding coat. I didn't plug the boots in. I thought it would be too hot for them. some of the riders group, a little bit of chatter on there. I know they were nitpicking at one of the other guys about out riding during this pandemic situation, and he was like, really, like, not hurting anybody. I know somebody else commented about, I'm sure that guy I saw out on the road in his Hummer today driving around was out for something necessity. So everybody's starting to snipe everybody, and it just, everybody needs to chill out a little bit. Yes, we're watching what we're doing, putting gloves on before we gas up, staying away from other people. I could have turned and gone after those guys and chit chat, but nope, we'll let them go on their own. And so basically the whole street was out. The kids were playing in the street by themselves, separated but there, and some of the neighbors were just sitting talking back and forth driveway to driveway with drinking a beer, and I was there washing and cleaning the bike and chatting with everybody that walked by, and I was kind of glad I did, because a gentleman and his wife walked by that I didn't know, and walking with a walker, and he said, yeah, I had to give up my bike. And I said, oh yeah, why? And he said, oh, I was in an accident down. He gave me the address to where the accident was, and I said, oh, you're the guy? He goes, yep. So they had to replace 2 knees and an ankle, and he's vertical and he's walking. And I said, well, I said, keep working at it. And I said, you know, you can always get a trike, and at least you can still hang out. And he goes, yeah. And he says, somebody else mentioned that. He says, I never really took it to heart. And I said, well, I said, you're rolling now. And it was 8 people got the virus in that old folks home back there where the ribbons were. I think 2 have passed away. So I was talking to that gentleman, and I said, you know, don't give up, man. You're still fairly young, you're a big guy. I said, just keep at her, you'll get her. And I said, Neff, if you want to go for a ride sometime, I'll bit you on the back. If you want to go for a zip, I said, I won't go where anybody knows me. But I said, hey, you're more than welcome, man. Jump on the back, go for a zip. We can sure hook you up. He was like, oh. So yeah. Hardly. The other one was, I think it was an Indian. Or, what the hell was the one that quit making? Brain freeze. Anyway. So we got done all the polishing I wanted to do today. I got a little bit of overspray on a couple of things I gotta go back and touch up, but she's in she's almost a group ride formation. This bike got hammered on the way down to Memphis, that 16-hour through the rain. That was that dirtied her up. She was pristine clean until I took off for that one. But we'll take a little roll down this way. So anyway, they were bad mouthing one of the guys on the riders group about riding, and it was like, cut the guy some slack, man. Like, he's not around anybody, he's not going near anybody. He's wearing gloves when he gasses up. He's staying away from people at the gas station. That's the only time he ever sees and talks to anybody, if he's anywhere near. So what's the beef? You take the precautions, you move along. How do you know if he gets it 2 months from now, or a week from now, or a day from now, that it was because, oh, everybody would be, oh, it's because he was out riding his bike? Maybe not. Maybe some guy walked down the street with it, spit in the street, and the dog stepped in it and ran it into his house. How the hell are you gonna know? There's no way to know where it's coming from. That's the problem. So he's got to go to work, I got to go to work. We're out there. I got more chance of getting it at work than anybody, and I'm the oldest guy there. I'm the most susceptible and could have the worst outcome of anybody in the place. And I'm not the guy that's bitching. So relax. We're taking the precautions. We're looking after ourselves. And we're out getting some fresh air and relaxing and taking a little stress out of our life. And we're not anywhere near you. You're on the other side of a keyboard. Just shut up. Let us do what we want to do. We're not hurting you. Never would. And half of the problem is that half the people may already have had it. So if you've already had it and had no symptoms and it's already been 14 days, you're not going to hurt anybody anyway. Not that we would know without being tested, but we're not going to get in the way of everybody else to be tested. We'll just keep taking the precautions and watching everybody and keeping ourselves safe and semi-happy at the same time. Ones I got the problem with so far, if you really want to be honest, the honest opinion, I don't want flyers on my driveway. I never have. Constantly telling them, don't set them here, don't put them here. But they have such a high turnaround of people delivering them that within a month or 2 or 3, it's somebody else and there they are again. They're throwing them out. But right now, they should be outlawed. You shouldn't have people throwing stuff, distributing it all over town. Who knows? Somebody sneeze on that and you drag it in your house and you're sitting there like, come on. Somebody's not thinking here. The simplest things are being overlooked. So griping about the guy riding down the road and looking after himself and having a little bit of fun on his motorcycle just isn't really much anybody else's business when other stuff's going on. And what's this guy doing? Quiet town today. That'll do for now. I really like these new brake pads. Way better than the other ones. So I'm hoping that the video view with the windshield on its highest setting is still okay for visibility on the camera, and we can know that we're out on a big long trip and Princess is getting battered on the back. We can always raise it up. A day like today, she'd be getting pounded, needed up there. Sure, a lot smoother air. You get away from that big truck. Nice truck. So I don't see anything too wrong with this ride. I did pass a couple of vehicles, but I didn't want to be stuck in behind them. Headed on home. Nice quick little ride. And this is Jarvisbiker. Second good day. Good night. Everybody stay safe. Make sure to click the like and subscribe and all that jazz. And see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.